Alright, so trying something a little bit new here, and this is really just an experiment. I'm kind of assuming that no one is going to join this, but just in case someone does, I suppose I should probably put in a little disclaimer here at the beginning that this is my first attempt ever at doing a live stream, and this is really just a rehearsal, let's say. This is something that I found myself with some time to do today, and decided I wanted to find out whether or not doing some live streaming was even an option for me. So I'm testing out my recording software, which is AMD, and learning the ropes of YouTube. And so yeah, this is, like I said, just basically an experiment, but I'm going to make it an interesting experiment. So I am actually going to jump into a campaign here and kind of see how this goes. So I don't really expect anybody to join. I will try to come back in every once in a while or keep an eye on the chat, but like I said, you know, welcome if you're here, but yeah, I make no promises about how this is going to go. So let's go ahead, and I think what I want to try here is I messed around a little bit with Helm and Ghorst here on the most recent mod overhaul that I've been testing out, which is the Duke's Damned Nations, which is going to be a mod that I will showcase here hopefully within the next day or two. I'm still working on the video for that. But it kind of gave me the idea of I want to try out a little bit of a more vanilla feel to him, because it had been such a long time since I had played him. So if okay, it actually looks like somebody has joined us. Hello, Alex. I don't know if you listened to the beginning of this or not, but let me see if I can do that. Let me figure out how I can boost, if I can boost my microphone. Here we go. I can boost it up like this. Is that any better? If you're still there. Okay, well, I'll check back in a moment. But meanwhile, back what I was saying here, this is still, again, just more or less my first attempt here at doing a live stream. I want to know if it will even work. But I'm going to go ahead and test this out by using Ghorst. Obviously, legendary, very hard difficulty. Let's go ahead and jump into this campaign. Okay. Well, Alex, I think, well, I still have a friend from my writing business who's helping me out a little bit, but I think he's going to kind of jump in and out. But Alex, for you, please feel free to leave any feedback. If you, you know, if you have any suggestions for me, please feel free to. I don't want to bore you to tears, so please do not feel like you have to hang around. Like I said, this is more or less just me kind of experimenting and trying to figure out whether or not live streaming is even going to be an option for me moving forward. If it is an option, that's actually kind of exciting for me because it saves me some of the downloading and editing time that I have to do on my videos. But basically, it's all a great big open question for me right now. Okay, looks like we've actually had a couple more people join us. So again, for anybody new, if I was better at this, I would figure out a way to have a periodic message popping up letting you know that this is my first attempt at a live stream. So I make no promises about how it's going to go. This is more or less a proof of concept for me. So anyway, unleash the gift of undeath. We are testing this out with good old Helm and Ghorst. So, and of course, legendary difficulty. Engage the enemy, of course. Okay. And I'm not used to people listening to me live while I'm doing it, so yeah, please feel free to chime in with any suggestions. Let's take a really quick look here at our trait. We got Tactician, which is it's a pretty meh trait as far as I'm concerned. I am using sort of the usual grand strategy mods on this. I find it a little bit painful to play vanilla once I get used to it. But I am using basically the same, slowing down the campaign movement speed, I am using the Ultra Garrisons, the reduced replenishment, and I'm actually trying out again the seasons and also something called I think it's Torch Your Climate mod, so I'm testing out a couple of mods while I do this. Okay, Alex, and I'm going to check the chat as often as I think of it, but I make no promises because, like I said, I'm still pretty new at this. So, Alex, you're saying that's fine. I'll stick around for a bit, but oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, stick around as long as you want, but again, don't feel like you need to. All right, so first thing to do with the vampire counts here is always to bolster your starting army as much as you can reasonably afford to do, while also staying thematic, at least for me. And since I'm trying to stay thematic, what that means for Ghorst is I want to see basically what we can accomplish with an all-zombie type of an army. So I'm only at this point raising the dead for zombies. I'm not going to add these other units to our army just yet. And I am also going to go ahead and get started on recruiting in some additional zombies back here at our starting settlement. Recruiting a lord. It's not really a great one for me. Let's go with aggressive, I suppose, even though he's a necromancer. I hate this this trait for necromancers because I hope to never get him into melee. But in any case, it's fine. We'll go ahead and put him in our settlement. We'll go ahead and start recruiting in some better zombies. The nice thing about the Haunted Forest here is you immediately are getting boosts to your unit rank for any new zombies. But obviously that's for later. For right now, we are going to go ahead and have to fight this first battle with just our starting army. It is a decisive victory for anybody familiar with my campaigns. Then you know that I don't really do auto-resolves except for the most ridiculously lopsided battles. So we're going to go ahead and fight this one manually. Okay, we have another Alex. That's not going to get too confusing. I've got two different Alexes in the chat right now. Oh, hi, what are we playing? So I don't know how familiar you are, Alex, with my Let's Play series, but this is sort of a spontaneous live stream, first attempt at a live stream, just to see whether or not I could do it. And I'm obviously playing here Helman Ghorst with the Vampire Counts. I'm playing it thematically like I always do with the Grand Strategy mods. And yeah, feel free to chime in with any comments or questions or whatever. I will do my best to check the chat as often as I can, but I'm kind of a one-man operation right now, so I will ask for your patience as I try to figure out this whole live streaming stuff. Let's go ahead and get our, I think our single entities will get on one here. We'll go ahead and go charging in with our main line. These are just Skaven. I don't expect anything particularly challenging here, but what we do need to watch out for are those Night Runners. That's the only thing visible that we need to worry about, but he could have some other things that are stealthed out. I didn't pay a ton of attention to exactly what he's got here, but we're going to get our Cryptors on the Night Runners, and we're going to get everybody else here. Start battle, start them charging forward. Give them a second to make a little bit of progress, a little bit of headway before we start getting our single entities involved. I obviously don't care too much if I lose any of these chaff units. I can obviously raise dead very quickly. Let's go ahead and speed up. I think we'll go ahead and try to hit you from the flank. And the same thing over here. And the zombies have gotten a little bit ahead. Let's go ahead and get our single entities moving forward. Okay. Oh, you're, okay, Alex, you're the BG3 crowd. Great. Well, I don't know how familiar you are with Warhammer 3, but if you're not at all, feel free to ask questions. And also, anybody else in the chat here, feel free to answer their questions, since I'm probably going to be a little bit on the slow side to do so myself. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, man, I'm taking some damage there from those Night Runners on the flanks, but It's all good. Once we lock them down into melee, we should be in pretty good shape. You, however, okay, you need to pull back. You're getting pretty dinged up here. And those Night Runners will do that. Okay. All right, Ghorst, you can at this point throw a heal on him. And let's go ahead and get a buff to some of our zombies here. You guys continue to just try to push them back. Oh, I've lost my my flankers there. Yeah, this is what I get for trying to do too many things at the same time while not paying enough attention to the game. But it's actually okay because my plan all along has been to turn this into basically just an all-zombie affair for Helm and Ghorst. Okay, we got, oh, nice. We've got more people joining in than, quite frankly, I ever expected. So welcome, one and all. I do really appreciate it. But like I said, this might be a little bit boring for everyone because this is really just my first attempt here at a... Ooh, he's got triads over here with me as well. Yeah, my first attempt at a live stream. So I make no promises whatsoever about how it's going to go. Okay, let's go ahead and get another summon off here. And Ghorst, you can go ahead and throw another heal on these guys. I'll try to bring them forward so you can reach them. Meanwhile, we're very slowly getting to work over here, but it's going to be too late to save those crypt horrors. You guys just keep doing your thing over here on that flank. You guys... Yeah, so in many ways, BG3 would be a better option for live streaming because it's not real time like Warhammer is. In Warhammer, I cannot pause the game. Well, let me show you what happens. This is what happens when I pause the game. Because of the difficulty setting I play on, it doesn't allow you to issue any orders to anybody while the game is paused. So yeah, everything is real time on this difficulty setting of Warhammer. All right. Looks like he may or may not get there in time to help save these crypt horrors, but like I said, it doesn't really matter to me one way or the other whether or not he does. Let's go ahead and get these guys in on the action as well. Try to help out over here on the right flank. Meanwhile, we are slowly winning here on the front. Let's go ahead. They're running off. Let's get you guys on these Eshin Triads. You guys should, at this point, make pretty short work of the Night Runners over here. They're wavering. Let's go ahead and get you over to where Helm and Ghorst can get a heal on you as well in 15 more seconds. Okay. Wow. All right. There's a lot of comments here for me to try to get through, so let me go ahead and try to do them really quickly. I think for the most part this battle is just going to be letting my units run them down. Now I have to keep you after those Night Runners because they will actually recover and get back into fight. Everybody else can kind of just help out here. And let's go ahead and get you on him. Okay, and you can go ahead and throw a heal now on them. Okay, so meanwhile, falling a little bit behind on the chat here. Sorry about that. Looks like knowing a little bit about the Warhammer universe, BG3 is excellent. Yeah, like I said, in many ways that might be a smarter game for me to try a live stream with. But I don't want to spoil my playthrough that I'm doing right now with Immersioneer, which is a blind honor mode playthrough. Loving Tamarkan and Festus. I appreciate that, Steph. Thank you very much. Originally an XCOM fan. It's funny that you mentioned XCOM because I actually have that in the plans to go back and play through the XCOM series on a Let's Play as well. Let me know if that's something that would be interesting, or at this point for people who have played through that campaign, it really might not be interesting at this point. Yeah, okay, so anyway, yeah, I'm glad that you guys are kind of entertaining each other a little bit there because obviously I'm going to be very slow to do so. Let's get you over here now on on Skaven Lord. You are going to help out as well. Ghorst, let's go ahead and put a buff on you. You probably have the best chance to eradicate him over here. We should be wiping these guys out. Normally, the Skaven don't last this long, particularly like these Skaven slaves over here. They're pretty crappy units. But it looks like they're about to break now. So we should be in pretty good shape here. We want to get all of our strongest units now on the enemy Lord and try to kill him instead of letting him run away. And I'm going to go ahead and speed up the battle a little bit. That should do it. It's just now a matter of seeing if we can run him down and kill him. Oh, okay, great. Well, definitely, like I said, it's in the cards for me to try an XCOM series. Should I start with the first one? I don't know quite how old those games are, but I know they are pretty old. But I think I own both 1 and 2. But other than like downloading them to make sure that they run, I don't think I've ever actually played them. Jagged Alliance is on my wish list, but I don't own it, so no, I've never tried that one. Okay, how we doing here on the enemy Lord? Yeah, not looking super likely like we're going to be able to kill him. We're doing a little bit of damage to him, though. Maybe we will. Full speed here. Oh yeah, we got him. Okay, for anybody new to Warhammer, the reason why I take the time to run down a fleeing Lord like that is because you do get more loot, post-battle loot, from having killed the enemy leader. Subnautica, one of my best friends, has mentioned how much he loves Subnautica. I like survival games, but I just don't really have the time to try everything that I would like to. Alrighty. So, decent to loot. It's a little bit of a shame that I lost one of my Crypt Whores, but like I said, I do eventually want to thematically make Ghorst's army pretty much all zombies anyway, so I'm not going to fret that too much. I think we'll take the experience. We want to make sure that Ghorst levels up as quickly as possible. Mission successful. Couple units recruited, and then this is really the nice thing about the vampire counts is your ability to raise dead to replenish your forces if you need to. I think since I cannot reach Knobbly Gorge this turn, again, this is the impact of our the mods that we're using to slow down campaign movement. Since I can't reach this turn, I'm not going to worry about recruiting any additional undead. Now, we don't know... I guess I can find out very quickly here. Let's scout these... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, let's scout the ruins to find out how strong the army defending Knobbly Gorge is. But I can't do that because my hero here was involved in the battle, so I can't actually use him in both a battle and with a hero action in the same turn. We are doing recruiting here. Not really a whole lot else that we can do up here with him. We can turn on our commandment here on this province. I think we'll go with growth and construction cost reduction. And we'll do some research. Definitely anything that boosts our zombies is going to be a high priority for us. We'll check out our diplomacy really quickly, but there's only 2 factions that we've met, and they both dislike us. One of them is at war with us, so obviously there's not really going to be very much we can do. So we're going to go ahead and end our first turn and see what happens. Start with rebooted XCOM from Firaxis. Older games could be tedious. Okay, I'll check that out. Wouldn't mind watching XCOM Apocalypse, though. I've never even heard of that, so I'll have to look into that. Jagged Alliance 2 is a legendary thing. Played it to death in my time. Still can remember most of the maps. Okay. How old is that game? Alright. Meanwhile, it looks like not a lot going on over this first end turn, which is pretty normal. Suffered attrition, which is pretty unhelpful, but Maybe we'll get a chance here. No more zombies. We can't recruit any more zombies. What we can do is go ahead and lay siege here to Nobley Gorge. It's a Pyrrhic victory, so if we were to auto-resolve this, we would actually lose some of our units. Again, we're not going to auto-resolve it. We are going to give our Scarecrow banner to... Let's give it to you. And I'm going to encircle until I find out whether or not I can get my other lord up here to help out. Probably not. He's probably not going to be able to reach.
Darkness comes.
No, definitely not. Okay. Well, we'll get him up to here. No, let's get him up to here.
Follow me.
No sense in him suffering attrition over the intern if it's not necessary to. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out... we've got plenty of money. I think I'm actually... Since he's in March stance, he cannot do any more recruiting. So I'm going to recruit yet another lord. We'll try Dread Incarnate. Why not? Necromancers feel more thematic, as far as I'm concerned, with the Helman Ghorst campaign. I might eventually start bringing the other lords in, but for starters, I think this is going to work out just fine. Alright, before I launch this attack, I can still go ahead and do some more recruiting, so I may as well do that. Let's go ahead now, launch the attack. It's a decisive victory now. We could fight it without losing any troops if I did the auto-resolve, but again, I am not going to do that. For anyone who hasn't heard my usual spiel about Warhammer 3, I find that I get very bored with this game if I'm auto-resolving, and in fact, I tend to like to try not to rush through the content. That's true of pretty much any games that I play. I just find that I enjoy them more if I'm not just constantly trying to min-max and rush my way through them. So, okay. Before I click on Start Battle here, let me glance at the chat again. Okay, so looks like the talking is still about the other games, so I will look forward to catching up on reading all about that. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and kick off this battle. Let's get you guys on my 4. Get you in a locked control group. You guys are again on my 1. Going to get you a little bit behind the lines, as well as you. Now, and then you guys are my flyers. I will probably want to send you on those catapults back there. So let's start you out. You have Vanguard deployment, so I can actually start you out behind their lines. Let's go ahead and start the battle. I'm going to go ahead and throw a heal on the Black Coach right away. Let's go ahead and get moving in, and let's go ahead and get you guys zigzagging in on these Plague Claw catapults. My 1s and my 4 and my not my 4, my 1s and my Cryptors here. I'm not going to get them quite involved with the fighting just yet. Okay, there's no reason to zigzag. They up there. Now they're turning around to face you. Okay. All right. Don't know how good catapults are going to be at shooting at bats, but there's no reason for us to not try to avoid them. Okay, looks like they cast a Menace Below on us here. That's fine. We'll go ahead and take care of them with our single entities. Okay, once the zombies get... Let's go ahead and speed up a little bit here. Once the zombies get closer, that's when I'll bring the bats down, but I don't want to do it just yet because they would not be long for this world if they tried to do a... tried to get themselves in melee combat with all of these Skaven melee infantry here. Alright, Yeah, so I see somebody asking about Warhammer. So yeah, this is Warhammer 3, but it's basically not Warhammer 3. It's basically the combination of Warhammers 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and get you turned around on them. That's fine. You as well. You can help out as well. All right. At this point, it looks like their melee infantry is going to have to start paying attention to our zombies. You can go ahead and get another heal off on the Black Coach. All right. You guys are already taking some damage. Yeah, I guess if I let my bat stand still, these catapults can actually hit them, which is obviously not ideal. Okay, now our zombies are starting to get into the fight. I think I can go ahead and launch the attack with the bats on those Plague Claw catapults. You guys as well at this point. We're going to want to get you all, once we've taken care of them, which we have, we're going to try to get you behind enemy lines here. You guys just do the best you can to kind of be a hammer and anvil. You can be the anvil portion while I get my better units around behind to be the hammer. You guys are doing okay there on the catapults. You need to move forward. All of you try to punch through this line right here. You guys, I think we want to get, actually, let's do this. Let's get you over here as well. You guys see if you can get on those slingers, since they are ranged attackers. Okay, you can go ahead and help out by hitting them. Helm and Ghorst. Let's go ahead and save the next heal, I think, for when we really need it. You guys doing okay? How are you doing? Okay, right here, we got bogged down by that, which is less than ideal, but it's okay because we're going to get you now involved as well. Okay, you go ahead and help out here. You guys are holding your own over here. That's good. We've got the Plague Claw catapults broken, so our bats can actually now switch over and help out on those slingers. You are now running down those slingers over here on that end. That's good. You are kind of holding your own, but you're going to need help soon. Let's go ahead and get you in to help out there. You have them broken. Let's get you helping out now, hitting them from behind. We should be able to win this battle pretty handily, I would think. Ghorst, let's go ahead and get you in on them as well. Okay. Bats are doing a number on the slingers over there. You guys are still holding your own. That's good. Just stay on them. I think I have a minute to breathe here. Yeah, the total game builds on the foundations of the last, so really you need all three to play. Well, you don't technically need to, but yeah, I kind of recommend all three. Yeah, you need shares in Saudi Aramco. Not quite that expensive, but it is an expensive game once you start adding in all three of the base games plus the DLC. However, for anybody who's paid much attention to my channel, you can probably tell that it is my favorite game, so I'm a bit partial to it. It's not without its flaws, however, for sure. Okay, we want to keep the bats on the guy who's running away, because otherwise he will recover and get back into the fight, and we don't want that to happen. Looks like we've pretty much won this battle everywhere. This is the last guy who hasn't broken yet, and I think he will pretty soon. Oh, nope, I lie. All these guys are actually not broken yet either. So let's go ahead and get some of you helping out over here. You can help out over here. These guys will come back into the fight at some point, so we'd better continue chasing them. Same thing with these guys. In fact, they've already gotten back into the fight. Ghorst, let's get you over here as well. Let's get you.
Their time has come.
Okay, not really, I think, a whole lot more that we need to do. We just need to give it some time here. You go ahead and run them down. You guys run them down. You can, never mind, you switch to them. You guys keep heading over this way. I don't think they're going to last a whole lot longer. My bats, let's get my bats switched over to these guys. And just keep going to work over here. Now I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more healing since I can. Okay, that's interesting, Alex, that you're recommending the human factions first, because I almost never play them. They are, I guess, probably a good one to start with, but for whatever reason, I don't know why, they've just never appealed to me as much as many of the monstrous factions do. Yeah, it's not expensive if you like it enough. Well, I guess that all depends on just how much your gaming budget is. Yeah, the DLC model, it is, unfortunately, I think the way the whole industry is going now. Okay, shouldn't be too much longer here. We should be able to wrap this up pretty quickly, I would hope. Let's get you on them. They are wavering. There we go, victory. Okay. In battle. Oh, if you're not familiar with Paradox games, you really should give them a try. They are, I would say, other than the Warhammer series, probably the preeminent... I shouldn't say the Warhammer series, I should say the Total War series. The Paradox games are kind of the preeminent grand strategy games in the industry. Hearts of Iron, Stellaris. The one I've played the most is EU4, Crusader Kings. And isn't Age of Wonders 4 a Paradox title, or am I mistaken in that? Okay, we got ourselves a Talisman of Protection, which I love. And we're going to occupy here. We'll go ahead and let Ghorst keep that. All around 5% damage reduction. What's not to like? And we have now encountered Cathay, which, in my experience, they don't like us, but they're not in any hurry to go to war with us. Whereas the ogres who are up here, I suspect that they will be going to war with us fairly soon. So, yeah, going to have that to look forward to. All right. In terms of our buildings, we obviously want to hang on to this because this is giving us income growth and a +4 recruit rank for our zombie units. But at the same time, we need to grow this province as quickly as possible, so that's why our commandment here is a bonus to our growth. Up here, obviously, we can't do a commandment because we only have one settlement. However, I think, yeah, the growth building is probably as good as any other to keep right here. So we'll go ahead and hang on to that. Ghorst, we want to give you the campaign movement range buff. Almost always the first thing that I start with. And then Martin Grigorovich here. Normally with your heroes, what you want to decide is this a hero that I want to use as an agent on the campaign map? Or is this a hero that I want to use mostly in battles? Well, with White Kings, I usually like to use them in battles. So I'm going to buff this line of stats right here. And just really quickly, check to make sure all of our magic items and ancillaries are assigned. They are. Let's go ahead and take a look at our... I could go ahead and recruit here. I guess there's really no reason not to. And let's check our diplomacy. Okay, so the Skaven overall, now that they've lost this settlement and had 2 of their armies defeated, they have definitely lost a lot of their starting strength. But, oh, this is interesting. Cathay. Now, this is a minor Cathayan faction, but they actually would like to be friends with, or at least not make sure that they don't go to war with us. Well, thematically, I don't think it matters one way or the other whether we made nice with them, but they're not going to be around for very long, so I don't really see any strong reason to. All it would really do is further erode our relations with some of these other factions. Okay, well, I've just changed my mind because they're willing to give us a trade agreement, and that does change things. There's definitely more of an advantage to having trading partnerships for just a little bit of extra money that will provide, as long as they're alive. And then the Skaven would like to make peace with us, but that's just not going to happen. Okay, this army is already recruiting, this army is recruiting, this army cannot recruit. That's it for this turn. Oh, yeah, okay. Age of Wonders is Paradox. Not my usual style, though. Last strategy game I played and enjoyed was Age of Empires. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, to each their own. That's the thing is, you know, not every type of game is going to appeal to everybody. I wish I could still play Civ. Why can you not play Civ anymore, Alex? You stopped at 4. 4 was probably my favorite of the series. And in particular, there was a mod for Civ 4, which was probably what I would consider the best mod ever made for any game, called Fall from Heaven. And it basically turned your Civ game into a fantasy universe. It was awesome. Okay. But that was, yeah, two generations of Civ games ago. Hello from England. Hey, Ed, how are you doing? Glad to see you. I'm up to 10 people watching, which, considering that I didn't think I was going to have any, I didn't advertise this, then, yeah, the more the merrier, but I will have to occasionally let everybody who missed the beginning of this know this is really my first attempt at a live stream, so I make no promises about how entertaining it is or how good any of it is going to be. Meanwhile here, Ghorst, let's go ahead and get you moving full speed over in this direction. I don't really see a reason why not. And what we will do here with Ghorst, I mentioned earlier, I want to make this as much a zombie-dependent army as possible. So we're going to get you to add your zombies to his army, and in return you can take a skeleton.
Darkness
and same thing. Excuse me. Oof. Got a little something stuck in my throat there. That's never good. Not when you can't edit it out. Okay, let's go ahead and even if I move you full speed, you cannot get close enough to add your zombies. So instead, we will keep recruiting. Good idea to always have more recruiting of zombies going, because I think we're going to be able to afford 3 full stacks of armies that are filled with nothing but zombies. Okay, Haunted Forest, nothing to do here. Knobbly Gorge, nothing to do here. We are losing public order here fairly quickly, which is definitely a concern. And it's only going to get worse after we take Scrap Towers. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Research, Raise Newly Dead. Again, we're going to take all of these technologies that allow us to buff zombies. And I think that's all we're going to need to do here this turn. Let's just check our diplomacy.
Wind shape. Natural.
Nothing to do. Again, they would love to go to peace with us, but that's just not going to happen. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to take our White King hero and send him forward by himself. He can... that's unfortunate. He cannot quite reach to scout these ruins out. I was kind of hoping he could. Because we know there's Skaven there, we just don't know how strong they are. Alright, let's go ahead and end our turn. Hello from sunny Siberia. Okay, yeah. So we're international today. Yes, I am playing with the usual gaming for immersion speed alteration mods. That is true. It's just my preferred way of playing Warhammer. I find that vanilla just feels way too fast for me nowadays. Okay, you're from beyond the moon, huh? I did not realize you could get a good internet connection out there, but congratulations. Okay. Privyet, yes. I wish I spoke a little bit of Russian, but alas, I do not. I do speak a little bit of Brit, however. I did live in London for a year.
Is only the beginning.
Who was it who said that they were from England? Ed? Yeah, Ed. What part of England are you in? All right. Meanwhile, back to the matter at hand. Let's go ahead. We can't attack this turn. So, can we get far enough to raid? Not really. The thing is, I'd hate to suffer more attrition. I don't know, however, if I'm going to be able to reach him. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go in channeling. No, I'm not going to risk it. I need to make sure that I can reach next turn. So we'll go ahead and channel. We'll go ahead and do this. Scout the ruins. Okay, sure enough, we found Skaven here. As expected. We encountered Greasus and another minor ogre faction. Got some more zombies recruited. Okay, you at least got a skill up. Let's give you hard to hit. And Hellman. Raising the dead. Okay, I can recruit in 3 more zombie units, which means what I can do is... I'm actually not going to do it... Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and get a couple of you guys merged here.
Ghorst.
And the reason I'm actually doing this is because I actually want to make room for these zombies. Never mind, they can't reach anyway. Nope. Well, they'll be able to reach next turn. Excuse me here. There we go. So you guys will be able to reach and help out with the fight here next turn. You guys can... You actually can't make it all the way back to here to recruit. That's fine. We'll give you channeling stands. All of you need to boost your winds of magic. You can't. You... I will add some more zombies to you via the raised dead. Next turn, there's no reason to recruit them and then immediately have them suffer attrition. Okay, that's it for my armies, my settlement here. You're in pretty bad shape public order-wise. We can at least go ahead and level that up. And... Alright, let's go ahead. I don't think there's any reason to check diplomacy. Let's go. Let me actually take a look at this army here. Okay, so that army is actually fairly strong. They've got these poisoned wind mortars. They've got gutter runners. We can't see what else they have, but between their character units, they have a lord as well that we can't see right here, but we know they have at least 3 characters in that army, plus these poison wind mortars, plus those gutter runners. So that's actually plus a size 14 garrison. This is actually going to be a very difficult battle. We may very well not be able to win that battle with what we've got right now, but we're going to try it out. We'll at the very least lay siege, get some more zombies added to our stack here. In fact, let's go ahead and do this. Let's get all of the possible raised dead done here to add to the assault next turn and see how that works out for us. Now let's go ahead and end our turn, and that gives me another chance here to look at chat. Okay, near Birmingham. I wish I was more familiar with Birmingham, but I don't believe I've ever actually been there. Except now everyone thinks we are all peaky blinders or peaky blinders. How would you say that? I don't actually know that expression. We got ambushed. Okay. That's quite interesting. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I kind of have a hard time with the settlement to settlement. Conquest feels like you expand way too quickly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's just too long a time of nothing. Well, you know, maybe there's a happy medium somewhere for you. I do know that, like, the Old World mod places the settlements farther apart, so you can actually, you know, it takes a little bit longer to get from battle from settlement to settlement, but it's maybe not quite as impactful as it is in the grand strategy mods that I use. Okay, so we're about to get completely just, I don't want to say destroyed exactly, but we're going to get ourselves into quite a lot of trouble here because of the ambushing. You can go ahead, get on those slingers over there. You can probably, oh, okay, never mind, both of you. We need you guys on the poison wind mortars. Okay, you bats, get in on those. Nope, actually, get in on the gutter runners. Okay, over here, what we want to do is we want to get our zombies to bog them down as much as possible, and then allow our better units a chance to get in and maybe do some damage against their better units here. Okay, Cryptors. Yeah, we need to get after those mortars. We definitely want those mortars taken care of as quickly as possible. This will help. Okay, our Cryptors are already just about destroyed. That's a bad sign. But again, it's okay. It's going to happen when you've been ambushed. You're going to have some serious casualties. Helmand Ghorst is unfortunately right now in a little bit of a tight spot. Let's go ahead and, oh, I forgot I don't have my hero in the army. Yeah, because he was up there scouting the ruins out. Well, I'm not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure. Okay, you guys, yeah, try to take out these gutter runners. That's really the highest priority right there. How are we doing over here? Oh, you're in very bad. That's right. I already knew you were in bad shape. Did we take out the poison wind mortars? We sort of did, but they're only broken. They will get back into the fight if we're not careful. Okay, how are we doing up here? We definitely need to make sure that Ghorst survives. We've got the slingers more or less surrounded, so that's good. You guys just hang on as long as you can, which is probably not going to be for very long. But yeah, here we go. They're already back in the fight, which is unfortunate, but it happens. Okay, we're starting to hold our own over here, so that's good. Okay, who is shooting at us over here? Let's actually get you zombies chasing those slingers. Alright, you stay on them. You, yes, actually you go after them as well because I don't want you fighting the spears. You guys are better situated to fight the spears. You guys just keep doing what you're doing. Let's go ahead and just press the advantage up here. Try to keep them occupied. Yeah, we're doing okay. Our zombies are actually doing just fine. We lost a couple of units, but quite frankly, this is not going as badly as I kind of thought it would. At this point, I just want to make sure I don't lose who's faster here. You are pretty fast. Let's keep you going after them. You are not so fast. I need to get you away from the spears. You guys keep trying to preoccupy the spears. Okay, have we won up here? Just not quite yet, but we will soon. Up here, you got bogged down by the clan rats. That's fine. You stay on them at all costs. We want to make sure those mortars do not get back in the fight. You keep trying to get away. The good news is you've got some regeneration and some mass regeneration, so you are helping out that zombie unit right there. But this is a problem. We need to get rid of those slingers. Maybe we can start... Yeah. We just need them to break. Let's get everybody moving up this direction, except for you. You can stay on them until they break. All right. You guys are in a little bit of trouble. Let's get you helping them out. Back over here. You're fighting spears again. That's not what I want. I don't. And you're fighting spears now as well. Okay, we need to get you guys away from the spears. Did I lose? I must have lost my zombies that were over there. That's unfortunate. All right, how we doing over here? Ghorst, you're still doing fine. As long as Ghorst is okay, then I think we're fine. Let's get you into the trees because... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Your leadership is low. You're down to 8. If I can get you into the trees, then their missiles are going to do less damage to you. Let's maybe try to get these guys to help out, to buy you some time. I don't really want to charge them into spears, but... keep going. Keep trying to get out of there. All right, over here. At this point, let's get... I guess I need to send one of you over there after him. Okay, come on. Come on, you can do it. I have faith in you. Get into the trees. Okay, you're surrounded at this point. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay. You try to get in there on them as well. Okay, over here, meanwhile, everybody except for you keep moving in this direction. You, I did give you the orders to go take on those slingers, and you decided to ignore them because of course you did. All right, let's try to stay in the trees here as much as possible. We've got them shaken. Maybe we can break those spears right there. Sorry about all the chat that I'm missing, but for obvious reasons I'm a little bit distracted here. It's going to happen when you get yourself ambushed like I did. Yeah, that's fine actually. Let's go ahead and boost your melee up a little bit. I don't really need to throw a heal on you just yet. Okay, at this point... Okay, actually, you get on those gutter runners. Try to take out those gutter runners. You are unfortunately going to disintegrate on me. I wish it weren't the case, but your leadership is probably unrecoverable at this point. Okay, you got them running away again. Just stay on them. You guys come over here and help out Ghorst. Ghorst actually does need a heal now. Okay, meanwhile... We still haven't taken out the gutter runners. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, you're down to minus 52. You're going very quickly now. And unfortunately, Ghorst is out of healing, so that's a bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get those zombies involved in the fighting. Get Ghorst over here helping out. Down here... You guys help out on those gutter runners right there. Let's hurry up and try to get those clan rats broken. You are chasing the gutter runners at this point. Just run them off the map, if you will. You're faster than anybody who might want to chase you. Alrighty. You, it looks like they're all shattered over there, so you can now come back in this direction. You can... If there's time to, you can get over here behind those Eshin triads. You, they're still not shattered. You, keep heading in this direction. Actually, here, let's do this. Let's go ahead and... Okay, let's... Okay. At this point, it looks like we're starting to win up here. Go ahead and, I guess, you can go ahead and fight back against him with a little bit of help from him. You can help out over here on him. You try to stay on him. And at this point, Ghorst, we need you to get out of the fighting because you have suffered way too much damage. Okay, you don't need to stay on those spears. You can now come over here and help out over here. Yeah, you guys try to get out. Try to get over here to help out. Ghorst, yeah, just for now, stay behind the zombies as much as possible. You guys can help hit those clan rats from behind. Okay. I could probably stand to get an attack. Yeah, let's get an attack boost off on these guys. Maybe you can do some damage to that enemy character there. You guys just bog him down. You guys are actually winning against him. That's good. All right, and how are you doing? Those clan rats are getting back into the fight, but I really need you to help out on the enemy characters. Okay, those guys are broken. Unfortunately, my crypt ghouls here are about to disintegrate. That's bad. Those gutter runners are back in the fight. Okay, scratch that. You are going after those. Nope, never mind. They just shattered. All right, how are we doing here on the chat? We've got... Okay. Fighting Ghorst was second favorite campaign after Thorax, Epic Duel, etc. Yeah, that was... That Thorax, etc. campaign war was pretty unexpected. That kind of came out of nowhere and turned out to be way, way harder than I was ever expecting it to be. Okay, let's go ahead and get a buff on you and try to take care of him. We need Ghorst to survive here, guys. So everybody protect Ghorst. Okay, you guys, you're still fighting these triads, huh? Yeah, the triads are definitely a tougher unit. You up here, just try to hold them back. These Skaven Slave Slingers are almost out of ammo. Oh, my lord got wounded. Well, obviously I didn't do a very good job of getting him away. Now it's going to be up to you. You guys all on him. At this point, I would say this army is probably going to get wiped out. Is it coincidence that the zombie models look like extras from Michael Jackson's? Well, that's a blast from the past. Okay, there we go. Valiant defeat. Oh well, it happens. Okay, trying to catch up here on the chat. Playing on a high difficulty, or when you start this game, you have a lot to manage since the beginning. I'm not sure if I missed the previous part of a comment there or not. Let me get called up here. Yeah, definitely the bigger the army, the harder it is to micromanage everything. However, you might be surprised once you take the leap to legendary difficulty, which is definitely a leap because you're not allowed to pause the game, as I pointed out earlier. You can't issue orders while pausing. Wow, this is terrible. The only unit that we killed was the Poison Wind Mortars. All right, well, that's going to slow this campaign down. However, yeah, he's going to go ahead and attack them as well. We can't retreat. Oh, Ghorst survived. Well, we'll go ahead and fight the battle again. At the very least, we can heal ourselves up a little bit at the beginning. However, we are certainly going to lose this battle. Maybe we'll be able to take out one of their units. What was I saying? Yeah, so playing Warhammer, like any of the Total War games, when you go from being able to pause in the middle of battles and then issue orders to not being able to pause, that's, I think, the biggest jump in terms of skill level. So I would recommend doing it as soon as you feel comfortable even trying it, but you may want to do it with smaller size armies. However, the game just becomes so much more fun once you're doing that. Let's go ahead and speed up the... do some fast forward here. Ghorst, let's go ahead and throw a heal on him. Evocation of Death. Okay, here they come. We're going to stay within the trees. Ghorst, we're going to back you up just a little bit and let him do the fighting. Well, you know what? Scratch that. We might have a chance at killing Conrich there. No, never mind. Never mind, not going to happen, Michael. Oh, okay. All right, let's go ahead and speed up. He's going to kill us. Yeah, I've never tried the AI General mod. I do like just good babysitter, although there are some trade-offs associated with it. But yeah, definitely when you have like really big battles where you have like 40 units to try to control, it can be an awful lot to try to take care of. And there are some mods that can help out. By the way, guys, let me know how my audio is. I did adjust it a little bit at the very beginning, but like, obviously I haven't listened to any of this on my own yet to really know how it sounds. Okay. Well, one thing I will say about this campaign, number one, when you play on Legendary difficulty, probably a good idea to pay a little bit more attention to what you're doing. However, like I said, this was sort of just kind of a rehearsal. This was more about the live streaming than it was about the campaign. But the other thing I do want to say about the campaign is I actually think it is important to lose from time to time in order to appreciate winning, and also in order to be able to sort of test what your limits are. So if you fight a campaign and you never lose a battle, or if you play the game through multiple campaigns and you never lose a campaign, my opinion is you are not trying hard enough. You should probably push yourself a little bit more to see, you know, what more you can accomplish. Or maybe I'm just full of it. That's also extremely possible. Let's go ahead and do a channeling stance here, get our Winds of Magic up. We did suffer a setback here, but the campaign is actually very far from being over. We can continue to recruit some zombies. You go ahead and raise some more dead. Let's just keep getting more zombies into our armies. Now, one thing I want to check out here, are the Skaven at war with anybody else? Nope, just us. So what they may very well try to do is come over this way and take Knobbly Gorge back. But if we can buy a few more turns, our garrison can actually get strong enough to really do a better job of defending itself, certainly with the aid of an army. So we'll leave it at that for now. I'm not going to recruit in any more lords. Ghorst will be back in how many turns? Like 9 turns? 9 turns, okay. Alright, we can do some more research here. Let's go ahead and give a melee defense buff to our zombies. Nothing to do from a settlements perspective. Diplomacy, I'm pretty much expecting there to not be anything to do diplomacy-wise. Audio is good. That's good to hear. London is a sort of hellscape. Oh, how can you say that? I loved London. Ah, my only complaint about London is that it's too expensive. However, everything is relative, right? I have lived in 3 different countries. I lived in America, obviously. This is where I'm from, and I'm back here now. I lived in England for a year in London, and I lived in Spain for a year. And I'm of the opinion that there's always trade-offs. There's always really good things everywhere you go, and then there's also usually a couple things that are not so great. And that has certainly been true of all the places that I was lucky enough to live. Let's continue to do some recruiting here. Nothing to do but replenish our armies until we get the chance to make another launch another offensive over there. We do have enough money. I guess I could probably...
They will serve.
I could do another lord, but there's not really any reason to. Go and get some more zombies here. End their turn.
Moscow is a great place to live. Don't like the climate. Really, is the climate in Siberia much better? I've never been to Russia, unfortunately. I would love to go sometime, although
the relations right now between our countries are unfortunately not at their best. South Africa, interesting. Oh, South America. Or Saudi Arabia. SA could mean any number of different things. Where in South America? Brazil, okay. I dated a girl from Argentina who was obviously, she was just right across the border from Brazil, and taught me a little bit of Portuguese, which I have promptly forgotten pretty much entirely. Let's go ahead and take migration here. She was extremely excitable, and I get the impression that that's probably true of a lot of Argentinians, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Let's go ahead, just keep doing the recruiting. And what about you? I'm enjoying leaving you in channeling stance for now, so I'm just going to keep doing the old raised dead here. Okay. Nothing. Oh yeah, I can go ahead and level this up. That's good. Our garrison is not quite replenished just yet. Our public order, however, is about to become a serious issue. However, we'll be able to handle it. When this rebels, we should be able to take care of the army that pops up with these guys. I would hope so, anyway. Haunted Forest, one turn away for you. Let's go ahead and check our diplomacy once more here.
Celestial wind shape. The
Alrighty. Okay. How are you doing without Bolsonaro? Try to avoid getting super political here, guys. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable in politics. Nothing makes people angry these days faster than politics. I get you not remembering Portuguese. It's kind of... Okay, so the interesting thing about Portuguese, yes, it is a difficult language, but when I lived in Spain, the part of Spain that I lived in was a city called La Coruña, which is on the Bay of Biscay in the northwestern part of the country, just above Portugal. And the language that they speak there is not, in their day-to-day, is not actually Castilian Spanish. They speak Gallego or Gallego, the way that they pronounce it. And it's really a mix of Spanish and Portuguese. So I learned to recognize a fair amount of Portuguese just from becoming exposed to Gallego. All right, attrition. So that's bad. I didn't realize we were suffering attrition. Got to pay more attention to that. And meanwhile, I can't actually even fight this.
Moore's prophecy.
Oh, that's never mind. That's not an enemy. That's these guys. That's the ogres from Lazarg. Wait a minute. Oh, there wasn't a rebellion yet. I was thinking there was going to be. All right, let's go ahead and at this point, we're going to have to back into the
Everything dies.
settlement here. 14
They will
plus 14 plus 18 is 32 units. We might be able to win. It's 32 really crappy units against quite a bit better units here. However, and certainly if they attack us with both armies, that's going to be it's going to make it a bit tougher. But let's go ahead and do the best we can here. We're going to back you up. We're going to continue to recruit. We can at least recruit some better units now. Let's go ahead and get zombies, Karen Wraiths, Graveguard, the full shebang. Let's do the full shebang here. What does that get us at? We still have plenty of money. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get probably wouldn't hurt us to get a couple of bats. Let's go ahead and take the dire wolves as well. Okay. All right. Wow. Lots of recruiting, and unfortunately, we don't yet have that mission objective to recruit 30 units. Excuse me. Learn how to talk, Michael. Okay. I don't think he's not going to be able to reach us to attack next turn, so we should be okay there. I'm assuming he's going to send both armies here towards Knobbly Gorge, and that's fine. Building upgrade available here. Let's go ahead and give you... What do we want? Growth, maybe. Money, maybe. I already have a White King, so there's really no benefit to building that. I don't really need, nor do I want to prioritize building any of these other units. All right, this is 100 per turn. It's good for Terrorgeists, but we're so far away from being able to recruit Terrorgeists that I'm not going to worry about it. So let's go with the... growth. Let's go with growth. We still have plenty of income. Okay. Bonds of Flesh here. Sounds good. Doing growth here. All right, let's go ahead and end our turn.
Okay. All right. Alex Piers, if you have already left, I appreciate the I appreciate you stopping by and all the comments. Siberia, yeah, it gets a lot of sun. Winter is cold, but it's not damp and gray as in Moscow. Yeah. The thing about Siberia, you know, when I was growing up, we always kind of heard Siberia being this horrible place. But as so often happens, as you get older and learn more about the world, you realize that things that you heard when you were young and impressions that you formed when you were young don't necessarily turn out to be true. Yeah, I would definitely agree that it's easier for Portuguese speakers to pick up Spanish than the other way around. There's that X, the use of X in Portuguese is really difficult on the Spanish tongue. They don't really normally make that particular sound very often. Okay, we have got nothing that really matters all that much to us. Really, Portuguese sounds similar to Russian. I think Spanish is, in my experience, Spanish is probably the easiest language to pick up as a second language. Now, I'm not exactly an expert in Spanish or in any other languages, but I studied French, German, and Spanish, and of any of them, it sure felt like Spanish was the easiest, including German, even though English is a Germanic language. Okay, you never know which direction the chat's going to go in, which is good.
They will serve.
Okay, I need to check my time here, see how I'm doing on time. I'm going to keep going for a little while longer, guys, but again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I was not really expecting anybody to join in at this probably not particularly entertaining live stream. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to wait for them up here. Our public order is still deteriorating. Our zombies at least are replenishing. I'm going to go ahead and can't raise any more dead. I might as well try a couple more, a little bit more recruiting. However, I don't know if he's going to give us the chance to. Probably not.
They will serve.
And then you... I'm actually going to move you back in this direction because if they come this way, you can retreat unless they ambush you, which is a possibility.
Never. No.
Well, what's done is done now. I think I'm going to go ahead and put you into channeling stance. I'm not going to run away. Again, if they attack us and we can't retreat, well, that's fine. If they attack us and we can retreat, then I will. Meanwhile, Haunted Forest, let's just keep bumping this up. How many turns away are we for Ghorst? 5 more turns for Ghorst. We may not make it that long. You, not really a whole lot to do here. Let's go ahead and end our turn. German is very complex compared to English. Yeah, that's well, yes and no. English has a lot of nuance to it, and none of it makes any sense because it is all, it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of borrowed from a lot of different languages, so there's no, like, there aren't very many rules in English that don't have exceptions, I'll put it that way. Whereas German, that's not true. In German, at least, it's complex, but at least it follows consistent rules. Okay, we got ourselves a decisive defeat. We'll do the best we can. Yeah, Russian, I have to say, is very intimidating to look, and obviously, in large part because it uses a completely different alphabet. The Cyrillic alphabet looks very, very intimidating, I think, for a typical English speaker. Okay. How are we going to do this? I don't think this is going to be a very exciting fight, so we're not going to do anything particularly elaborate. We're going to get all of our melee infantry together in one great big line. And, you know, we actually have this natural barrier right there that we can use that will help stop them from getting around behind us. So let's take out the... Actually, let's do this. Let's do just the skeletons on... I'm sorry, just the zombies on 3. That's going to be our front line. Then we're going to get a back line of all the rest of our melee infantry, because they will try to send flankers around, I'm sure. Then we're going to go ahead and get you guys in the middle. Not you. Not you. Okay. Just you 3 in the middle. You guys are my land cav on 5. And you guys are my flying cavalry on 6. Okay. Start deployment. Start battle. Oops. Get keys on your fingers on the right keys there, Michael. Okay, let's go ahead and get our zombies across the battlefield. Let's get our non-zombies behind them. There's no reason for us to go charging forward and try to attack them before the reinforcements come in, because we are so slow, it will never happen. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I thought I had you on 6 as well. There we go. And then get you guys. Let's get probably a lot of you into the woods here, and then let's go ahead and speed up. All languages don't make sense in one way or another. They're alive after all, yeah. But in my experience, English is the one that has the least consistency in terms of its rules. Japanese is also very intimidating. So is Arabic, yeah. I can believe Arabic is beautiful, but it's, again, very intimidating. Oh, they're actually coming towards us here. That's interesting. Do they have artillery? They've got warp fire throwers. They have to get close for those. Yeah, okay. As long as they don't have the mortars, the poisoned wind globadiers, and mortars, then that's a good thing. All right, let's go ahead now and plan on getting. Let's get our land cav over that way. Let's get our flying cav over here. Why are you guys taking damage? Oh, I didn't even notice. We had a menace below. Michael, pay attention. My goodness. Yeah, remember that you're fighting Skaven, and they do stuff like that. Okay, now our vampire, if he's going to charge forward, our vampire might have a decent chance actually at doing some actual damage to him. Buffed by our necromancer, maybe? Oh, nope, he's running away. Never mind. Okay, 6s, you guys over there. 5s, you guys back over here. Five, you guys all over there. 6s. Yeah, we need to get our 6s around and onto the warp fire throwers as quickly as possible, because they are already going to work on us over here. Warp fire throwers. 5, how are you guys doing? Up. That's not what we want. We don't want you fighting them. Let's get our 1 over here on them. Yeah, those warp fire throwers are just doing tons of damage to us. However, at least we're winning here. That's good. Get rid of those slingers. Now get away from those warp fire throwers. They're likely going to torch you. You get on them. Okay, you can. Let's see if we can get you on them. Along with you. Oh, nope, never mind. You on them. Okay, my timer's going off. I'm definitely at least going to go through the end of this fight. How are you guys doing? Get away here. 1. Okay, let's go ahead and throw a buff on him. Try to take care of him. Okay, you guys, go ahead and do what you can here. You guys, see if you can flank a little bit. You guys on them, that's fine. You help out over here. You guys get in on them. You try to as well. You go ahead and bog down them. You are doing pretty well there. We're actually doing some good work on their warp fire throwers, so that's good. Okay, my 5s now. Actually 5s right now. You guys stay on him. You guys over there on them as well. Okay, you guys try to surround those clan rats. Actually, no, you can help out here with these warp fire throwers, because our bats may not win that on their own, although they're doing pretty well. They're running away. Just stay on them. Stay on them. Okay, we lost over there because all these units. That's going to happen. Okay, our bats. Let's get all of our bats over here on these guys. You continue on them. Okay. How are we doing here? Come on, guys. Do what you can against him. Okay, you try to work your way over here. You guys do as much damage as you can to them. Okay. Well, we've gotten into their back line, which is good. We're not really doing very well against his triads here and his back line. Let's go ahead and get a heal on yourself. The vampire, you are supposed to be able to heal. Oh, they're shaking. Up, get after him. If we can, okay, he's broken. That's good. We should be able to. They're wavering and they're trying to run away. Are any of you fast? Not really. Not as fast as he is, so never mind. Okay, our bats are starting to go now. Yeah, unfortunately the spears came over here to help out. See if you guys can get away from the spears. Okay, we got them on the run back here. Let's go ahead and now get all of you guys over here. Try to sneak you around the flank. Up here, you guys now just make sure, actually wipe them out. We need to get them off the map. One of you can actually come over here. No, never mind. It's more important to take out the warp fire throwers than it is the Skaven Slave Slingers. Let's go ahead and do what we can against those gutter runners. Meanwhile, you guys, let's get all three of you helping out there. You guys, I changed that. All three of you try to push through. You guys get on him. You guys, one of you can now go after them. How are we doing up here? Okay. Well, we still have a few people watching. Glad to hear that. It hasn't been so utterly boring that everybody has left. That's always a good sign. Let's, yeah, we just want to make sure those warp fire throwers are out of the battle as much as possible. So if we can shatter them, it's worth losing the bats in the process. However, at this point, we got to get them away from that hero and those spears. That would not be good. Okay, you guys getting bogged down here as well. Let's just hope that we chase them far enough away. At this point, try to chase off those slingers. That might go a little bit better. You guys, did you break through? Not really. Keep trying. Let's get over here. I'm going to speed up a little bit here. Okay, did they... Nope, they're still broken over there. Those guys are still broken. Those guys are still broken. You guys are about to get wiped out. That's going to happen. Okay, you guys now... Let's get you on... Actually, let's get you on the enemy lord here.
Death is a sword.
Okay. Let's speed up until we get close. Okay, those warp fire throwers, unfortunately, are coming back into the fight. You bats, they're shattered, so that's good. Get away from those warp fire throwers if you possibly can. Try to get all the way around behind them and then hit them from behind. I don't want to micromanage you, so it's just going to have to stay that way. Wow, these guys are... What are they chasing here? Well, go ahead and chase him off the map at this point. You're almost there. Okay, here we go. You could stand to benefit from a buff. Try to take him out. You on him as well. You. Oh, I buffed the wrong guy, didn't I? Yeah, this is bad. We're not gonna win this fight. I shouldn't have let them get bogged down in fighting back here because they're gonna end up getting wiped out fighting all of those clan rats. We would have been much better off trying to hit these guys from behind over here. Meanwhile, we're holding our own up here in the front, but that's probably going to change here pretty soon. Okay, all of you guys now get over here to help out. Okay, you guys try to get in on them if you possibly can. How are we doing here? They are only shaken. This is impressive how well the Skaven can hold up in a fight like this. I mean, they are only fighting zombies, but never let it be said that that Skaven are the worst leadership units in the game. Yes, I am Michael, for anyone who wonders, who hasn't heard me chastise myself over and over again in other videos, which I do quite often. Okay, so at least we got those guys broken. We might be able to get these guys broken. You guys, do we have any numerical advantages over here? Well, actually, try to take out those warp fire throwers. Over here, we kind of got bogged down, but they're all broken. So all of you guys on him right now, except for you. Let's get one of you on those warp fire throwers. No, let's get two of you on those warp fire throwers because we want to make sure that they win. Okay, you guys, everybody on the enemy lord now. Let's go ahead and get a heal on yourself and try to get you to safety. And then try to get a buff on you. Try to do some damage to him to his lord. Yeah, thank goodness for Immersion Ear. He reached out to me. He discovered me as opposed to the other way around. And when he and I got to talking, we found out that he and I both pretty much approach games in almost exactly the same way. Looks like we're all disintegrating over here. Unfortunately, it was bound to happen. I don't think we're going to kill any more of his units, but we're going to keep trying. Go ahead and heal him. Uh-oh, my vampire is starting to lose a lot of health here. Okay, we lost over here. All right, I'm just going to speed things up at this point. Finishing an honor run with non-optimized paladin. Wow, that's pretty impressive. I do very much approve of playing BG3 in a non-optimized way. I understand why people do it the way they do it, but to me the games are just so much more fun if you try to play them. If you don't worry so much about min-maxing, and instead you just do it for fun. So I'm curious, those of you who play BG3, what do you think of the companions? Because, granted, I haven't gotten very far into the game, but for the most part, I don't really like most of the companions. I'll just put it like that. I find them a little bit irritating. Okay, let's go ahead and speed this up now. Just keep throwing heals, I guess, on the vampire as long as we can. And buffs on the white. I'm assuming that we'll all break and then or disintegrate here very soon. I'm surprised we didn't do more damage to that Skaven Lord. Oh well. It is what it is. Alright, there we go. Okay, in battle. So we've been pushed all the way back to just our starting province. A little bit embarrassing, except I wasn't really too worried about how this campaign went. And I'm already considering this live stream a success because as far as the technical details go, it's really not all that tricky. And it seems as though the audio is working okay, so pretty pleased by all that. And, of course, I have the luxury of all your commentary, so even better. I was kind of expecting this to be 2 hours of me talking to myself. Yeah, from my interactions with them, I can... Yeah. So the thing is, I'm assuming that Larian Studios, when they wrote the stories, that they have... Oh, that's... Look how close we came to killing a couple of them. Oh, well. Anyway, I'm assuming that, you know, the characters will develop over time. And, you know, presumably by the end of the game, I would end up liking them much more. But so far, that hasn't really been the case. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate them. I can see them as interesting in some ways. But, like Lae'zel, she seems a little bit over the top as far as I'm concerned. She just basically, you know, I understand she's a Githyanki, so that's, I guess, maybe the way they are, but she just seems to, like, try to look for any possible excuse to be critical of you or of anybody else, and it almost feels a little bit contrived to me to make it seem, and this is a guess, but maybe to make it seem that much more dramatic when she comes around and starts to actually appreciate you. But yeah, I don't know.
Necropolis awaits.
I would say of any of them so far, Will is the one that I like the most, and that's probably because deep down inside, I'm a do-gooder, and I like, you know, I like that aspect of him. He's a do-gooder who has maybe done bad things in hopes of it helping him do good things. We're still 4 turns away, so this is getting kind of ugly. I don't know if we're going to get a chance for Ghorst to even come back into the campaign. So what we'll do instead is we'll get another Necromancer up and running here.
Yes. Follow me.
And we'll go ahead and do some recruiting into his army. And you... We'll go ahead and do a raised dead here for you. We'll give you the Graveguard. Why not? Okay. I don't think that guy is going to be able to attack us on his own. If he does, you know, more power to him. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Yes, they're very eccentric. Okay, so it's interesting. You say you love their stories and how they're done, and... okay, Asterion only appeals more for women. I can kind of see why that would be the case. Karlach, I like Karlach. Lae'zel's a babe, huh? That's interesting. That's a different take on Lae'zel. I didn't really think about it that way. Didn't make her evil enough. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm not exactly an expert on the lore of Githyanki, so that very well could be the case. The way that... Okay, let me put it to you this way. Here's my logic when it comes to companions like her, which is there are times where, yes, my instinct as the main character is to be nice to people, but then when they turn around and criticize me, like Lae'zel criticizes you for being nice, for example, my reaction to that is, well... When you're in a desperate situation like we find ourselves in the beginning of Baldur's Gate 3, it makes sense for us to try to get help from people who are there to provide help. And sometimes in order to provide help, you just have to be a little bit nice to them. It's kind of like, almost like you want to manipulate them into helping you out. And yet that's never a dialogue option when you're talking to those people. To your companions, they always kind of see it as black and white. Like, oh, you're helping them out because you're just a nice person and I don't like nice people, so I'm going to get upset about it. So it just kind of seems like it's lacking a level of nuance. And quite frankly, that's just something that's always going to happen in computer games because tabletop D&D, you have a human dungeon master who's there to kind of, be flexible and react to circumstances as they happen. But a computer game can't really do that. All right, at this point, we're just going to keep recruiting in zombies. If Ghorst comes back into the campaign, then we will replace this lord with him. And meanwhile, we're only one turn away from getting enough population here to be able to level up. So we'll go ahead and do that. Physical resistance for zombies, that's going to be good. Let's go ahead and end our turn. I don't know if I explained that very well, but that's my logic anyway. Lae'zel's the best romance, huh? Well, I can honestly say I haven't romanced anybody in that game yet, so I can't really speak to that. As far as video game companions go, I kind of felt like the best companions in terms of like character development and their backstories was Fallout New Vegas. I thought they did a very good job with the characters, with the companion characters in that. Okay, halfway through researching technologies. Looks like the Skaven have given up on trying to wipe me out, which is a little bit of a shame because I was going to say once I get wiped out, that'll be a good place to wrap this up. But if they're not going to wipe me out, then that doesn't leave me that option. All right, well, we'll keep on doing what we're doing here. Now you should be able to upgrade. Yep. Okay, we're starting to run a little bit low on money, so it's at least something to pay attention to. I can recruit a necromancer, 2 necromancers here, actually. Let's go ahead and get confident.
I will not betray you.
And we have enough for one more. I'll go ahead and take Dark Majesty.
Your wish, master.
And Lord Not Moved, yes we know. In turn, okay. Finding Shadowheart weird. Way too nice considering her god. I hope it makes more sense when you get further. I agree about New Vegas. Okay, so at least I'm not completely delusional. Okay, so it's interesting you mentioned BioWare games. In my experience, BioWare does seem to be the best publisher in terms of story. And I don't know if any of you played SWTOR, but I've made a couple of videos that are SWTOR related because I'm such a big Star Wars fan. I think they did a very good job with the storytelling in that. Having said that, I think everybody's going to lose all respect for me, but I've never played the Mass Effect series, and I never played Star Wars Galaxies, or Galaxy or Galaxies. And I almost wonder at this point if it's too late for me to go back and play them. Capture many provinces. Okay, well we'll get to work on that as soon as we can. Is Ghorst available yet? I guess not. One more turn maybe?
Soon I'll be all-powerful.
One more turn, okay. And in the meantime, we're going to switch you. Oh, this is interesting. There's no encampment stance for the vampires, for the vampire accounts, which means he could ambush us. Well, that is, that's not ideal. We'll go into our own ambush stance, and we will move you over here.
Shuffle this way.
Although well,
strike out.
Can we not move over there? Why is it? Oh, I know why it's not letting me
Your
move
wish,
there.
Master. Find me
Because he's in the way.
charnel pits.
There we go. 80%. Okay, that's pretty good. I'll take that. And you jump into that army.
Agreed.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do a little bit more recruiting here. We've got our buildings leveling up in turn. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, okay. Yes, that's the other one that I've never played. That, in fact, no, yeah, when I said Star Wars Galaxies, that's the one I meant. It's Knights of the Old Republic that I've heard a lot of people talk about. BioShock is a shadow of itself. Interesting. I really enjoyed BioShock. I'm going to do one of these days a top 5 storytelling games, and BioShock will definitely be in my top 5. Oh, when you said BioShock, you meant BioWare. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go all out in one great big blaze of glory here. Okay, they're far enough away. That's good. Don't have to worry about them. Okay, so we're going to replace...
Everything dies.
Who are we going to
They will
replace?
serve
We're going to
darkness
replace
comes.
you. Can you reach?
I relish the opportunity.
You can reach. I could replace you, or I could replace
me
you.
flesh
Yeah,
to
I'm going to
craft.
replace you. You are being replaced with Ghorst.
I relish the opportunity.
Ghorst, you actually get a skill up. That's
Dark
interesting.
magic is mine to command.
We, I think I'm going to go with this. Okay, so Ghorst here.
My puppets.
These guys here. You move out to here.
Follow me.
And we're going to go out in a blaze of
Darkness
glory. This is either going to be the end of the campaign or the beginning of the comeback. However,
Name. Kill.
it's unfortunately going to have to be the last of this live stream. Wow, decisive defeat. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll do the best we can. Neverwinter Nights. You know, I played the original Neverwinter's Nights and really enjoyed it, but I remember almost nothing about it. And then I never played any of the others. Oh, yeah, in fact, the same thing with Baldur's Gate. I played the original Baldur's Gate and don't remember anything about it. And then not until BG3, this is the first time I've gone back to playing one of the D&D games. Galaxies was immense. Permadeath Jedi took it to a new level. Yeah, I like games that have permadeath, quite frankly. Neverwinter Nights 2. Yeah, never played it. All right, let's go ahead and... I think at this point we need to wait for our reinforcements to come in. So we're just going to go ahead and fight back here. You 3 back here. Start battle. Speed things up. Alright, they do not appear to be coming towards us. And our units are about to come in. This gives me a chance to take a look at the chat. Outer Wilds. Is that the one that's the Obsidian game that's like the science fiction Obsidian game? That's kind of got the tongue-in-cheek humor to it. Or am I confusing that with something else? Okay, let's get all of our zombies in one great big scrum here. Let's get all of our lords and heroes into the middle, right here. You guys, I'll figure out what to do with you once the fighting starts. You guys, let's get you over here along the flanks. No, actually, scratch that. Get over here. Let's go ahead and speed up. Outer Worlds, okay, yeah. My bad. So I don't know Outer Wilds, I guess. What genre is it? Oh, he's not even coming towards me. What a jerk. He's going to make me come towards him. Well, at least I'm going to get some winds of magic while I'm doing it. Okay. I can't really see the range of their missiles. Let's get you guys on 3. Right here, that's fine. Get you walking. You guys are my 6. We'll get you over here. You guys are my 5. You can stay in there. Maybe you can hide. And then my 1s, you guys here. Okay, everybody walk, and we'll speed everything up here. Outer Wilds is an extremely immersive space exploration game where you have to discover the mysteries of an alien civilization or your solar system. Okay, it sounds interesting. When you say exploration, does it have like survival elements, or does it have like combat elements, or what? And it makes me think a little bit about the fiasco that was what's the name of the space exploration game that got all of the publicity for a very long time until we found out that they were basically lying about all the functionality that was going to be in it? No Man's Sky. I'm sure No Man's Sky is a fine game now, but I will never buy it because I absolutely hate this idea that a publisher can lie about the content of a game, get people to pre-order it, go in a national media campaign to boost your sales, and get away with it. Hopefully there aren't any major No Man's Sky fans here that will take offense to that, but like I said, it might be a fun game now, but I know that it's not anything like the game that was originally promised. All right, we're gonna keep walking forward with our zombies to here. Let's see if we can kind of get them to fight us here. 3, you guys over here, and 1s, you guys over here as well. And speed back up again. No Man's Sky is good now, but yeah, no buy, yeah. It was... It's just sort of the spirit of it, as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to encourage bad business practices. Yeah, please don't give spoilers. I'm very sensitive to spoilers since I like story so much. I don't understand movies these days. They show you half the movie in trailers, and it gives away half the story half the time. So it's just... I'd like going in to see movies just like I like going in to play video games, knowing almost as little as possible about them. Alright, let's go ahead. It looks like they're not... Up. just as I was about to say it, I was going to say it looks like they're not coming towards us. And now they are. Clan Rat Spears. Alright. They're going to stop right there. So it's going to be on us to charge into them, it looks like. So let's go ahead and give you a locked control group. But my 3s, I'm going to bring you guys around this way. My 6s and my 5s, I'm going to get you over here. My 6s over here. My 1s over here as well. Movies are so bad now you can pretty much say you watched it. Yeah. I mean, occasionally there are good, interesting movies, but unfortunately, like, I don't have the time to go watch a dozen movies in hopes that I will really genuinely enjoy 2 of them. I probably sound like a crotchety old man saying stuff like that, but there's just unfortunately too many things to spend time on, like playing video games, for example. Okay, I think we're in shape now to go ahead and start hitting their left flank with our right flank here. Let's come across like this, guys. You a little bit behind them. You guys get ready to come in. You guys continue to move forward here as well. You guys just hold on as best you can up there. Bunch of you start moving forward like this. Okay, let's get all you guys on those wolf rats. That suits me fine. You guys over here. 1s, you guys, see if you can pull some of them. Don't get within range of the fire throwers if you can help it. Okay, how are we doing up here? Let's start making sure our zombies are actually fighting. Let's get you on them. You on them. On them. On them. On them as well. Okay, all of you guys at this point try to get around on those fire throwers. Okay, you guys now, we should be able to overwhelm them right here, I would think. You guys back here, you stay on them. You guys, everybody on those fire throwers. Whoever gets bogged down can stop to fight everybody else. Keep on going. This is more or less a feint over here. We want to lock down as many of their troops as possible over on this side. But basically what we really want to do is put the strength of our army over here on this flank. Okay, 1s, all of you guys try to push through. You guys, yeah, get back there. You guys on them. You guys on them. You guys on them. You guys on them. You are Ghorst. I don't want to get you wiped out. Okay, you guys are being chased. That's fine. Okay, never mind. You need to help out over here. Okay. Alright, we lost somebody there. I didn't get to see who it was. Hopefully it was just some zombies. You guys stay on them until they're shattered. You guys help out over here. Over here. Yeah, continue to put pressure on those fire throwers. You as well. They're shaken. We should be able to break them, I would hope. You can actually come over here and help out over here. Alright, let's get you guys.
For the night.
You two here. You can help out here.
We are dead.
I think I'm going to go ahead and buff myself. Why not? Okay. Think we're going to win over here, so that's good. You guys They're shattered. They are not, so you stay after them. You guys over here. Try to get around behind over here. Looks like we won big time here in the middle, so that's good. You guys slowly doing damage over here. Still winning here. You guys are not looking nearly as good. Let's go ahead and throw a heal on you. Both of you guys actually try to take out those clan rat spears. Yeah, stay on them. Get rid of those fire throwers. You guys, yeah, definitely take out all of you guys. Try to take out those fire throwers. You, actually, some of you need to take out these. Man, they got a lot of fire throwers, don't they? You get in on them. And they got more fire throwers right over there as well. Okay, that's bad. What about our bats? Our bats need to get in on them. Okay. You guys back here kind of took care of business over here, so that's good. Let's go ahead and get everybody heading over this direction. You need another heal. You guys, have you taken care of the fire throwers yet? You guys up here? Well, you're all kind of busy. Okay, yeah, we've taken care of most of their fire throwers, so that's good. Take care of them. They're only shaking. Nope, stay on him. Actually, you stay on him. You guys, I need to get you out of there and helping out over here. Guys, do what you can to shatter those fire throwers. Okay, my ones, slowly but surely getting over there. My threes. Okay, whatever. How we doing up here? We got them shattered, that's good. We got their fire throwers over here broken, that's all good. Okay, you guys all get in on him now. You guys all on him right now. You stay on them. Okay, let's go ahead and get a another heal off on him. And as well as a buff. Okay. Uh-oh, those fire throwers are coming back into it. So let's get you guys all the way down here now on them. Sorry about all of the chat that I'm missing here. I assume that you guys have been taking care of it. I obviously don't have a moderator. Okay. We need to get rid of the fire throwers as much as possible. Yeah, go ahead and hit them. That's fine. Make them run away again. Okay, they broke.
Butcher them.
Okay, let's get... Okay, they broke again. Let's get all of our... picking up our pieces here. Everybody focused on different tasks here. If we can get rid of that Lord, that would be good. Okay, my bats. Don't want you... Yeah, no, I want my bats to be used on fire throwers. Wow, did we lose this over here? Yeah, because the spears got caught up. Okay, how are we doing over here? Ghorst, where... Are you in here somewhere, Ghorst?
Ghorst.
Let's go ahead and give yourself a buff. Okay, everybody... That's fine. He looks like he's the easier one to kill right now. How are we doing up there? We got them running off the map. You guys, back on them. Back on them. You guys... Okay, got him running away. Hit them. You guys, yeah, just keep doing your thing right here. Okay, they're shattered over here. He's broken. These guys are not yet shattered. They're not even broken. Okay, you got all them broken. Go ahead, all of you now get in on him. You guys just continue to keep them pinned down, I suppose. So this is now my new number 1. You're my number 1 group. You're my number 2 group. You're my number 3 group. And we don't have any number 4s left, okay.
I will bathe in their blood.
All right. There we go. Now they're broken. Go ahead and try to break those spears, I suppose, since they are wavering.
They will come when
How are we doing here on him? We're not doing nearly enough. Let's go ahead and let's put a buff on those Karen Wraiths. They're probably our strongest unit at this point. Okay, they're running away. They're shattered over there, so yeah, you guys go ahead and head back this way. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, this is... Who is that? You. I need you to try to get out of there, man.
we are dead.
Okay, let's get all of you now heading in this direction. We got him broken. All right, everybody, let's start breaking these units one at a time if we can. Breaking the triads there would be good. Let's go ahead and get you guys over here on their lord. Did we break the triads? We broke the triads. Okay, now, and we broke one of their characters, one of their heroes. 2 of their heroes, okay. Yeah, you guys get there on him. He's about to break. That's good. Okay, did we win? We won. Holy cow, okay. Any chance at all that we can kill... Where's the Lord? Is this him? No. Where did he go? I kind of lost track of him here. I guess maybe that's him. Alright, well anyway, good enough. Good enough for now. In battle. Okay.
Let me see what I can do here to catch up on the chat. Okay. No Man's Sky. Movies. Wow, we're up to 11 people. I've broken double digits. Awesome. Okay, Dungeons and Dragons movie. You know, I never saw that. I was a little bit concerned that that game was, or I'm sorry, that that movie was more about the humor than it was about a serious story. But I didn't see it, so I don't know for sure. Critical Drinker. Yeah, one of my friends really likes Critical Drinker. I have never watched it. DM pulling a magical item out of the backside when party screws up in a major way. It's the warp fire throwers that made a decisive defeat. Yes, Kimmy and I absolutely agree with that. And the thing about warp fire throwers is if you get even crappy zombie units in on them, it pretty much nullifies their advantage. That's really the only way we were able to win this battle. Anime. I'm a fan of anime, but I haven't, like, I'm not very familiar with it. BG3 takes all my free time. So, okay, here's a question that I have about BG3. That's a game, first of all, it feels like from a YouTube standpoint, it's oversaturated. So I was always reluctant to ever do any,
Baldur's Gate videos because I felt like, you know, what could I possibly do that hasn't already been done 100 times over? And then, like I said, Immersioneer came along, and he suggested that we do a multiplayer run, and I thought, okay, well, you know what? This is a game that I want to play, and even if it doesn't get very many views, it's still worth doing it because I'll enjoy it. So that's why we started doing that particular series. But I'm a little bit curious whether, does BG3 have legs, or should that probably be the one and only thing BG3 related that I do? So I'm just curious what people think. Okay, let's go ahead and do our... What I really need to do is I need to keep boosting zombies as much as possible. I think that's got to be the highest priority. Let's give you replenish troops, and let's give you replenish troops. Okay. Actually, I don't need to do it on both of them, do I? Let's give you Invocation of Nehek. Alright, so... We actually...
No.
Do we have enough movement to attack him again? We don't. Oh, that's too bad.
You dare.
Oh, that's very much too bad. Oh, well. Meanwhile, Knobbly Gorge is recovering, but this is just going to be a little bit back and forth here in the early going, because at this point, depending on which way he retreats, we may be able to go ahead and attack Knobbly Gorge and take it back again. We do definitely want to keep recruiting in more zombies into Ghorst's army. And you... Let's go ahead and... Are you close? Yeah, you are close enough to actually go ahead and give some of your zombies over as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the zombies. No, let's give him some Graveguard. Let's keep that one. Keep that one and give him 2 Graveguard. Okay, so now this army's quite weak, but Ghorst's army is now obviously in much better shape. And
I'll be all-powerful.
Nothing for you to recruit. Nothing for you to do. Research available. Master of the Putrid Horde. Sure, why not? Okay, this is probably going to have to do it for me, guys. This is going to be my last end turn. So I will do my best here to catch up on the chat. Okay, Kimian, that is so interesting to hear you say that you like Divinity's system more. I'm kind of jumping right into the middle of that discussion, so I don't even know what exactly you mean. But I will say this: I think that Divinity, from a game engine perspective, I think that Divinity 2 Original Sin is a better game engine than Baldur's Gate. And the main reason why I believe that is because he's going to ambush us, isn't he? Oh, no. Okay. The reason I believe that is because I don't think the Dungeons and Dragons having to stop and rest all the time is an immersive system for a computer RPG. I think it feels very arbitrary having to stop and rest like after every major battle. It just, like I said, it doesn't feel very immersive. I also really liked the art style of Divinity. Okay, you guys are going to actually start out behind them, which I guess that's okay. Start deployment. Let's go ahead and get everybody over here. Start battle. Let's try to move you over here as much as possible. Okay. Oversaturate playing D&D 5e, yeah. Yeah, do what you really want to do, not look for the current thing. No, that's absolutely true. I do think that that's always good advice. Having said that, I do enjoy playing Baldur's Gate. I just don't know whether to make it into videos. That's really the question. Where is he going? Those wolf rats, I guess, are lost. Gopher is playing BG3 on stream. It's a bit different from his usual Let's Plays. I love Gopher, by the way. His Skyrim plays are masterpieces, I agree. He's one of the first YouTubers that I ever watched who tries to play immersively. DOS 2 is definitely much better mechanically. Easier to min-max BG3, yeah. Never played Skyrim before. Skyrim is a wonderful game as long as you can overlook its flaws, of which it has many. But as far as I'm concerned, its advantages more than make up for its flaws. Okay. All right, let's go ahead now and get things a little bit slowed down here because our other army is about to come into the fight here. You guys, get you back here. What are you at? 14 seconds. Okay. Well, they almost, but not quite, allowed us to consolidate our armies. At the very least, we can take out those wolf rats fairly easily, I would think. Let's go ahead and try to get you away. All right, now, zombies, except for you. All the zombies here up front. Grave Guard. Bats, you're fine where you are. You're fine where you are. You guys are fine. Yeah, try to take out... Let's see here. This is no longer turned into a fight just against wolf rats, but that's fine. I don't care if I lose those units. You guys get back a little bit. Zombies. Except for you. Like so. Alright, speed up. What about you guys? Let's get all you guys over here. Morrowind. I never played Morrowind. Played Skyrim since its release. Wow, that's a long time. Definitely is much better with mods. Definitely agree with that. Does he really want to attack me here? Okay, I did take some serious damage from that initial exchange, but I have to think I can do some damage to him. Let me get my bats over here helping out. I'm assuming that's his assassin. Man, his assassin is doing a number on me, though, isn't he? Alright, bats. Oh! Well done. Well done, Ulrich. You actually killed a Skaven assassin. Okay, let's get you guys up here. Across the board here, let's get you guys on... Just kind of a great big blob. What about my Grave Guard? You guys... Okay, bats. I need my bats to get back here. And you guys as well. We need you guys on the fire throwers. You guys as well. Get up there. Get my ones. Let's get you guys all on him. Ghorst, go ahead and throw a heal on him. You can hang back for a second. Ghorst, go ahead and put a buff on yourself. Let's take care of that. Okay, bats, are you... Okay, you've broken them. That's good. You on them. You on them. My bats. Actually, that's fine. One of you stay on them. The other one... Get ready to pounce on those fire throwers right there. Okay. How are we doing over here? You guys need to get in on the action. How are we doing up here? We took care of that other assassin. That's good. All you guys get moving up this way. Grave Guard. Yeah, should make short work of them, I would think. Go ahead and take out those clan rats. You guys are holding your own. That's fine. Up here. Come on, we want to get rid of the whoop fire throwers. Get rid of the whoop fire throwers. Cairn Wraiths, let's get you moving this way as well. Okay, you guys did not kill the assassin. I thought you had. Go ahead and throw a heal on him. That assassin, 400 health left. Slowly going down. Not fast enough, though. You guys, yeah, get in on the... Okay, they're shattered. That's good. They are not shattered. They are not shattered. Get in on those clan rat spears. Yeah, okay, they're shattered now. Stay after them. You guys, get out of there. You guys, stay on him. Bats. Not you. You. You can get on him as well. Okay. All right. Are they shattered over there? They are not. Graveguard. Okay. Looking pretty good over here for the most part. You guys, oops, my mistake. You guys stay on him. You can take care of them. That's fine. I'm reading up on your comments. I always learn so much from the comments on my videos. Talking about exploitable. That's an interesting conversation. Is it a good thing or a bad thing to have exploits, or is it permissible to do exploits in video games? I think that's probably going to be a completely subjective topic. Okay, am I going to be able to kill his lord? His lord is 1460. I need the bats on him. I need the Cairn Wraiths on him. I need my characters on him. I need to do a buff to the bats because they're probably the ones with the best chance of actually keeping up with them and doing any damage. Let's speed up. Yeah, we're doing a little bit of damage to him. Very little bit, but it might be enough. Oh yeah, we're doing pretty good here, actually. Keep at it, guys. Let me get another, if I can reach. Get another buff on them. Nope, can't reach. Okay, that's fine. How's he looking now? 500, 400, 300, 200, 100, 62. There we go. Very nicely done, guys. Okay. End battle. All right. Yeah, rogues. I'm glad that we chose rogues and not rouges. Sorry, Alex. I just have to point out every time I see that misspelling of rogue. Do I have it? Yeah. Way too simple. Either you do it in a specific way or your character is bad. Not exactly sure what you're referring to there. I'm just way too far behind on the chat. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Well, anyway, with finishing up this battle, it's going to finish up this end turn. Well, it will in a moment. Let's go ahead and take the money. I believe at this point we have destroyed the Skaven armies. Or no, he's going to retreat. No, okay, yeah, he's not completely destroyed. We'll destroy him next turn. All right, so as this end turn winds down, the game saves for me here. this is going to have to be where I wrap it up. Seems like the campaign here was kind of secondary. Instead, it was a much more interesting conversation about games in general and mostly the RPGs. But anyway, let me just go ahead and say thanks everybody for all of the discussion. I really appreciate it. This was going to be probably a pretty lonely experience for me, which I was prepared for, but this is way better. Actually having a bit of a community discussion going on. So yeah, great. I don't know how often I'm going to be able to do live streams because normally I try to get work done during the day, but today was an exception, and I think there will be some other exceptions as well. But anyway, anybody who, Mr. Strimmer, anybody who made any comments in this video, I do very much appreciate it. Feel free to, comment on any of my stuff or send me an email or whatever. I'm still such a small channel that I have plenty of time to read them all. So I do accept feedback, and it's quite often helpful for me to try to improve the channel at all. So anyway, next time I will probably even make an announcement ahead of time to say that I'm going to do a live stream ahead of time. But like I said, this was mostly just an experiment for me. So all of you who are still here, thanks again. Really appreciate it. Uh-oh, we got an argument brewing here. Uh-oh. Maybe I better hurry up and end things before this turns into a brouhaha. So, all right. Thanks again, everybody. I will catch you all in either the next video or the next live stream or whatever. See you all soon. Now I just have to figure out how to end this. Stop streaming.